Hi y'all, this is House Guest and I am your host, Kenzie Elizabeth. Think a Gen Z wannabe Martha Stewart meets Dolly Parton trying to live in a Nancy Meyers movie in her 20s. We talk all about life, relationships, navigating your 20s, closing at the bars, or waking up at 5 a.m. depending on our vibe that week. Ultimately, living our best lives and figuring it out along the way. So come hang out. Sometimes I have guests on who do really cool things, some of my best friends, or it's just me and my house that I spend way too much time in. So let's get into the show. I actually have collected a list of people we'd like to rob. This started because someone said that they'd like to rob my hosting closet, and then it reminded me of Dom. Okay, on the list of people we'd like to rob, number one is Martha Stewart, for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons.
I would more specifically like her garden.
Someone I would like to rob is Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum.
That's good.
I don't know if they live together, but all I know is for factual information, I need to rob them.
What particularly would you like to take?
I would like to take Channing Tatum's vintage shirt collection and Zoe Kravitz's designer handbags.
I like that. Next up is Kris Jenner. I'd like her china and also just some of her secrets.
Just a few of her secrets.
I have a couple questions. I might step into the office. You know?
Yeah. I would like to rob, that's so funny, I had a Jenner on here. I would like to rob Kendall Jenner. And by rob her, I just kind of rob her life a little bit. I think that her and I would be actually really good friends if we ever met. And on top of that, I need her house biblically.
Okay.
I really do. I just think it would make a lot of sense for me.
I love her house.
Yeah, so if I could rob a house, it would be hers.
Okay. I would like to rob JoJo Siwa. Not necessarily because she has anything that I want. I would just like to see what's there.
Yeah.
I just am curious.
Just snoop around, really.
I'd really just like to look around.
Yeah. Someone who I want to rob, not necessarily their belongings, but their confidence is Austin Butler. I really think Austin Butler is one of the most confident people on this earth. And I really just want to rob that confidence because I think that we need to bring back shame, but also we need to bring back a little bit of shamelessness.
Agreed.
Just a little bit, keep a little bit of the shamelessness, but bring back 99.9% of the shame.
I could not agree more.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of go off that one. I'd like to rob Austin McBroom's just delusion in general. Because I think that maybe that could do us justice. And honestly, if we were to sell out like that, we would be millionaires.
No. It's something the reckless abandonment of surely not giving a fuck. Something about that just honestly, it sits so right with me.
Yeah.
It sits so right with me.
Agreed.
It's just really good for me in my house. Someone else that I would like to rob is Emma Roberts.
Ooh.
Her house. I just watched it.
So cool.
I have to because don't show me your house and then you're not gonna let me rob you.
Yeah. BFFR.
Yeah.
Last on my list is whoever does set design on any Nancy Meyers movie ever, robbed.
Yeah. We would like to rob you.
Because here's the thing, I love Nancy Meyers' style. I like more color pattern, a little less. But I would still take the stuff.
I would rob her.
I would rob her so quick.
I would rob her blind,
actually. So I think that those are good.
Yeah, those are really good people.
With that, we would kind of take over the world.
No, that's what I'm saying. We would just, between Kris Jenner's secrets and
Austin McBroom's delusion.
Yeah.
Austin Butler's confidence. Nancy Meyer furniture. JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa just whatever's in there. Yeah.
I feel that could be good for us.
Totally. And you know who else I would like to just... No, actually, never mind. I was going to start shit, and then I don't feel like starting shit.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Wow.
I'm reformed.
Do you feel like you're going to be in internet beef soon? I'm kind of getting that vibe from you. We haven't even talked about how you're back on the mic these
We're
days.
back on the mics.
Not on this mic. She has her own mic.
I'm back on my mic.
Is what we're saying.
And that we're Kenzie. Here's the thing about Kenzie. Kenzie's so classy. It's she's a little silly, but then she also has her life really put together. Me, in my podcast, you know what I mean? It's Kenzie's house is you can take off your shoes, you get comfortable, house guests. My podcast is called Upstairs Neighbors. And
it's where you go when you need a little reprieve.
It's where you go.
What does reprieve even mean? I don't even know if that's true.
No, it's true. You've really been eating with your vocabulary.
We were talking about that today, and I knew the word benign Wait, is it benign or benign?
Benign.
Okay,
Yeah,
I knew the word benign, and I was like, okay, I kind of ate with that.
No, you like, I literally you just keep pulling these really big words out.
First, I have like such bad brain fog right now, so like when I can remember a word, it's like, holy shit.
No, it's like
I
people,
literally think I'm like Albert Einstein.
Yeah, no, it's people who use like juxtaposition in a sentence.
Wow.
I'm like, you tore. But yeah, anyways, upstairs neighbors, you know, they're unhinged. You're usually like, shut the fuck up. Like you know, you're usually like putting a broom through your wall, trying to get them to stop. And
they're like the fun single aunt.
Yeah, fun single aunt, just really unhinged behavior. That's more like what my podcast is like a little bit. The men on the internet have not been enjoying us.
That is your demographic, not men on the internet.
Not men on the internet. The men specifically on Instagram Reels have told us things like podcast equipment should be more expensive. These are the last two girls in the world who need a podcast. And honestly, if
I beg to differ. I could think of a lot more people.
And here's the thing. If we weren't getting those comments from men on Instagram Reels, I would be really concerned.
I would be worried because that means that no one would
We're
care.
appealing to them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, diva.
No, also more than that though, it's good that they are hating it because it means that it's like growing.
Yeah. No, we're really doing numbers. We have this one guy. He's honestly our number one fan. I think we're going to like come up with fan merch. We've been trying to reach out to him to ask if we could put his face on like a shirt with some of his comments. But like he comments so much hate on every single one of our TikToks.
Say, we'll give you a cut.
And I'm just like, at this point, you are driving our engagement up.
You're a fan. Just say it.
We honestly should give you a cut and we should put you on merch.
Yeah.
Like your face on merch.
No, he should be like head of strategy.
No, head of strategy, upstairs neighbors, number one fan.
Yeah, I agree.
Might bring him in as a producer. Like, honestly, we're thinking
that could be good.
It.
You know, it actually would be kind of fun if you had them have like a mic and a camera and they were like a producer chair. Like, don't you think that'd be kind of fun?
No, it'd be so... sorry, it just made me think of this one review that we got. And I just have to read it, if that's okay.
Oh, please.
Because I genuinely think it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Okay. The title is Weird. If you took the most insufferable videos that are trending on TikTok at the time, put them through AI, you get this podcast. It's definitely an Addy-fueled... Keep in mind, Maya has ADHD and literally takes Adderall. Addy-fueled TikTok references with little to no coherence. Has the potential to be funny, though.
Oh. There's... Okay.
So he's saying we have potential?
Yeah.
And I just like...
That's kind of sweet.
It's really sweet. And it's just like, obviously that one came from a man too. And I just like want to shout out my men who hate us. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for just sharing your thoughts.
You know what I was thinking about when you were talking about how you're trying to like believe in men again? You need to just think about the ones that you know personally. Like you need to think about like Brandon, Keaton's boyfriend. You need to think about like the men that we love. Like my father. You know what I mean? Like like
the good ones.
My cousin. Like you have to think about the men that we love, and like there are really good ones out.
There are.
They're not the majority, unfortunately. I don't think. I don't know though. Like I really think there's room. They're just so loud on Instagram Reels.
So loud
Instagram Reels are like ruining men.
Instagram Reels is so scary. Like I don't even know.
You know what's scarier than Instagram Reels? YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts is...
Dom won't even post YouTube Shorts.
I won't even post you. I refuse. Because literally the cyberbullying, it's like, even if I saw one of those comments in passing, that would be enough for me to shut the fuck up for the rest of my life.
To just be
honestly.
like, this is it?
Yeah.
I get that. If you were on your deathbed and you had like 5 minutes to go, like what would you want to know?
What would I want to know?
Yeah. I have mine.
What would yours be?
All the government secrets. Like I want to know everything, but like then I can just be done. Like I want to know not even just what the presidents know, but like what people who know more than the presidents know.
You know what? That makes me think about you know that couple where her husband literally works for the government, and so much so that like this girl that we know, her husband works for the government. She literally, when she was going into labor, they had to contact her husband by satellite phone. Yeah. To this day, she has no clue what her husband does, and he won't tell her. That's crazy.
That is a really good way to cheat.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, she had to contact this lady who contacted her husband by satellite phone, and I just
like me if I started to cheat.
No,
And I would be
right?
like, no, I literally work for the government. Sorry.
That's
Talk
like
to the president.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, that's so Legion coded.
Listen, like I believe him. Like he's not lying. But honestly, like if they were to.
No. That's like Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Legion coded for sure.
Yeah.
But it's actually something he did. But anyways, would you be comfortable with your husband like you not knowing what he does for work? I feel like I wouldn't be. I would go through all the shit.
Honestly, yeah, I think it was for the government. That maybe if I knew that was really it, like if I saw the paperwork.
I'm not kidding, Kenzie.
No, but I would like have to know. I'm like, wait,
no. If my husband had that job, 1 week when he was out of town, I would literally fly you out, and I would make you go through all our shit. Like we would
literally end up in prison.
I would be hiring locksmiths to like break our shit open. Like I could not. I would need to know. I'm like the nosiest person known to man.
Yeah. But also, I don't think I want to know. Like, I like to live in bliss. I like to be a little bit more ignorant. Things. Like, I actually am looking to be, in order to, like, be happy in this life that we live, like, we need to know a little less than we do. Like, we shouldn't be knowing what's going on in, like, other countries and all this stuff. Like, we weren't created to know all these things. And you're supposed to know what was, like, in your neighborhood. And I think that's how we were supposed to live life. And I think that's why we're all so miserable now. You know what I mean?
That might be an aspect of it.
So I think that I would, like, be okay with not knowing.
I would, like, have to know. Like, I'm the CEO of, like, I need to know so bad.
I would need to know what your husband does. It would bother me more if it was yours.
That's what I mean. It would literally bother me so bad. And also just, like, I think gossip is so important. Like, people will try and, like, tell people, like, gossiping so bad, like, da-da-da, like, it's a sin. And I'm like, no. Gossiping turned into a sin because men cheat. You know what? Like I think that's honestly why gossiping turned into a sin. Because
another thing.
Because I was at dinner the other day.
Another thing ruined by the patriarchy.
Is gossip. Because that's how girls find out that men cheat. Because I was at a dinner the other day and these two girls who have never met each other found out that they were both with the same cheating ex. It ended up being a 4-hour dinner.
Oh.
And in that dinner, we found another girl in that timeline that he had cheated on with.
Interesting.
So that's why I think gossip's so important, because if she didn't share her story, this other girl wouldn't have shared her story, and how would we have known that there was actually even another girl that he had cheated with?
But see, like, if I got cheated on and I got out of the relationship and didn't know, I think it's best to just carry on and not know. Like, why would you want to add that? It's best to just not know.
No, totally. And guys, again, Kenzie is really like, you could compare her to Jesus. She's like an angel. She's really like one for peace and forgiveness. Me, on the other hand, like, it's not over till I say it's over. Like, I'm not having peace till I've found peace. So,
like, I dated this guy, the one that, like, I didn't like pretty much the entirety of the relationship. And, like, there's, like, a solid chance he cheated on me. And I just, like, didn't care. Like, that's how much I didn't like him. So, like, it would be different if obviously I was, like, in love with someone and they cheated on me. I'd be like, you're dead to me. But I would honestly rather, like, if we're already broken up, I don't feel like there's any point in knowing after. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you're not, like, if you're broken up and moved on from it, yeah. But if you're broken up and, like, wanting to get back with them, then maybe you should know.
Yeah, no, I think it was more so just kind of like an LOL moment. Like, it was just like, damn, another one?
Yeah.
It was already 7 girls. That just tallied it up to 8.
That's so crazy. You know what is so interesting about LA? There's so much lore around, like, a couple male celebrities, and there's just a couple stories in LA that are so infamous in LA. Everyone knows that this person cheated with this person, that this person had 7 girlfriends at once, and this person did all that, whatever, and it somehow doesn't make it out. Like, we could write books on things that everyone in LA knows, but it somehow is not in the news or in the media at all, and I don't know how. Because everyone here knows, and you're telling me there's not someone who's going to sell the story? No. I mean, like, people's best friends tell the stories. Like, people are such low-life losers sometimes.
No.
And, like, how?
It's so crazy. Like, I think about that all the time. Like, there's literally things right now that this girl, like, for example, this girl who I went to dinner with, she has this, like, video recording of, like, her boyfriend just being, like, terrible. Like, I was like, honestly, if that audio recording got leaked, like, he'd be done.
And he's, like, very famous.
And his career would be literally done. And I'm just kind of like, she could release that at any time.
Yeah.
She just could. I don't know. I'm like, you're better than me because I would do it.
You say that, but there's so many things that you could release that would ruin people, and you haven't. And there are people who, like, probably should be ruined for the greater good.
You're right.
Like, that, it's like, okay, like, that's still bad, but, like, your stuff that you could release, would be beneficial to other people. Her stuff would just be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, petty.
Yeah. So like, would you really release it? What's the price that you would need to be paid in order to like leak your stories that would ruin people's lives?
It wouldn't cost much.
Really? Name your price.
$3,000?
Shut up.
I swear to God.
$3,000. That's all it would take.
Yeah. I'm easy.
$3,000 to ruin an organization of people.
I'm so easy.
That is crazy.
If they did the brunt of the work, like in the sense that
would you want to be in the documentary?
Oh, for sure.
See, that's where I want nothing to do with any of it. I would support you, obviously, but
No.
I would, just for the record, I'm not involved. I don't want to be involved. I don't want my name attached to that.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, my name can be attached to it all day long. It's just like part of my story. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, like when I get a book deal one day, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
like,
what's so crazy about people who are like so. This is what's actually crazy. Dom, well, to be fair, Dom, you are, and I say this with love, a lot of talk.
yeah.
Because you say that you're going to expose all these people and do all this, whatever. And you would just think that these people would be like a little bit more scared of us. But then I think about the fact that they know us. And they unfortunately know that like we probably wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, there's so many people.
But there's a time and there's a place.
There's a time and there's a place. And honestly, I don't know. The older I get and the...
Are you crying?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. My allergies are just literally
do you need like a tissue? There's a tissue right here.
Oh, yuck.
I just don't know how I missed that.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay. Dom's getting a little emotional over her $3,000. I just thought it would be like $1 million. Oh. Oops. It's fine.
Oh, no. I'm so cheap. It wouldn't. It's never taken much for me ever. Honestly, sometimes.
What would your rollout be?
That's what I mean.
Like, who would you call?
Like, if I could sell the story to like TMZ or some shit, I could.
Is TMZ like low bar?
No, they're pretty like.
The thing about this though is that more people would have to care about them.
If you attached who, like the bigger people that they know,
I know, and I hate that.
But
it's not their fault.
It's not their fault, but like,
yeah, it would get traction.
It would, of course, get traction.
So I support you and everything, but.
I mean, hey, if it would like, that's what I mean. Like, if I just got to tell the story.
If you just got $3,000, it'd be over.
If I got $3,000 and they're just like, just tell the story, name some names.
Mm-hmm. Would you want like a black room with a light and like you speaking to camera? Almost like you're being held hostage.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Honestly, if you put me, I would show my face. I would show my face.
By the way, $3,000 for sharing this the whole time, like you would be attached to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, here's the thing. Like,
you're losing negotiating power by saying this, but it's okay.
Well, it's not true because when it comes down to it, no.
When it comes down to it, Dom's all talk.
If you want to Netflix this, which it would be a great docu-series, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to, come hit my line. Producers.
You know what I've been thinking about for the podcast? Like, it would be fun to do like almost themed months where it's like I like when like something was wrong. The podcast does like series, so they'll do like 20 episodes on one story and whatever. It would be kind of fun to do something like that. I love how Armchair Expert has like 4 different shows under this like one stream, like at Armchair Expert. Then they have, I don't know the other ones, but yeah, maybe like there's like an expose there.
There is. I think like
we should start one under this one where we're investigative journalists, but we only do like really stupid things, and it's like Nathan for you.
Yeah, we honestly could.
That would be really good.
We could start it now.
And then Macy could be the intern, and you could bully her, and so then you guys would probably make up by the end of it because you would got all of your anger out.
No, it's so true.
I think that could be really good.
Yeah, that'd be really good for Matey's career for sure.
Yeah, for Matey. Should we talk about Gilmore Girls?
Yes, I was literally just about to say that.
I'm really excited, guys, because we're going to go to Gilmore Girls today.
I just have to like say something that's like really important for my truth. Sweet, 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 beautiful, amazingly talented
Perfect.
Kenzie Elizabeth. Okay, perfect. Kenzie Elizabeth, when we were in college, never watched Gilmore Girls. She had seen it before, but she would never watch it with me.
I had watched it all growing up, but I hadn't sat down and watched it consecutively.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
this used to really hurt my feelings. I used to like sit down with Kenzie and like tell her. I used
It was
to
also
beg
post-grad
her.
too.
I used to be like, Kenzie, please, 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 please. Fitz, how Fitz and I bonded was literally Fitz would sit next to me while Kenzie was upstairs doing, who knows, something productive. Working and being productive and stuff. I was downstairs watching Gilmore Girls like a normal person with Fitz and The Bachelor. That's how Fitz and I bonded. Now, fast forward all this time, Kenzie likes Gilmore Girls and has sat down and watched it.
Yes, it honestly, I got really into it when I started doing my brain code thing where I'm doing this like neurofeedback. I actually really need to get back into it. Side note, it's brain codes. They have one in Dallas and I think Denver. And that is like the one thing that has helped me in the past like 3 months, because if I hadn't done that before, I literally would not be like walking. Like It's actually insane. But what they do a brain scan, they go through this whole thing. I want to have them on the podcast, but then they attach things to you. So I go and I do neurofeedback. So I'm sitting there like I'm some sort of scientist. There's like things hooked up to my brain. And all I do is I sit there and I watch Gilmore Girls. So I started watching it there and then I just got really into it. And it's a perfect needle pointing show. And now I'm obsessed. And I just need to say, like, I'm so team Jess. It's not even funny.
It's not even funny.
Listen, Logan grows. Character development for sure. But he's not her forever.
Not really.
He gets better as time goes on.
He gets better, but then it's like in adulthood.
But he was so bad at first that he does get better.
He really does get better. I mean,
but he's like my least favorite kind of guy. Like, I hate a pompous rich guy. Like, to the point where like I date guys who are like jobless and homeless. Seriously.
Literally, it's a personality test because you know who loves.
Yes, I know already.
And it's
old, no longer friend of ours.
And I'm literally like, that makes so much freaking sense. Of course you like Logan.
Yeah.
Dean's a joke.
Dean doesn't even count.
Dean is literally a joke of a first boyfriend. I mean,
it's
red flags.
It's
crazy
so
how
crazy
many red flags.
Because like I started rewatching at season 3 when I started. So like that's really when first off, Rory is the villain. Rory is the issue and everything, like as we know. But that is when Rory starts to like be with Jess and then ends up with Jess, leaves Dean for Jess. So in that, I was like, oh, I mean, like poor Dean, whatever. Because I forgot how horrible he was.
Dean was,
oh my God, he sucked so bad.
He's literally such a joke. I mean, it's so crazy, like in the first season, how quick of a joke Dean is. And I just like didn't even realize how bad of a boyfriend he was when I first watched it. Like I was like, Dean's like, I think we were all kind of like, oh my gosh, he's just like so cute and like Rory's first boyfriend. Like this is so exciting. And then I watched it back the second time and I was like, wait, I forgot he was so horrible. But
Jess is for girls who are in love with potential. And that's us.
No. Well, because y'all just had to let him
be
cook.
For real. Yeah, exactly.
But he was gonna cook. Y'all just
and
had
listen,
to give
like
him a
I'm right
second.
there. I'm right there.
I love him. I love that man. I'm gonna stick beside that man.
Him.
That's my man.
And you know what? Jess is a grumpy sunshine trope, and like that is what I love. I live for it. Like if a man doesn't like anyone but you, obsessed. Literally
that is
in love.
So your trope.
In love. So your trope. And that is literally my life.
That's literally your trope.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what's tea too? Is what you should start watching for just like
another
funsies.
show.
You should watch Abbott Elementary.
I don't know about that.
You would really like it.
I think we should look up like what group of people should we look up to match them to if they're a Dean, a Jess, or a Logan? Like,
oh, like who would be a team Dean? Who would be
most famous pop culture women right now? And then we can match them. Like, what do you think Kim would be? Kim would be Logan.
Kim Kardashian?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. She might have a little Jess in her.
She's for sure
Logan.
Jess.
He's rich and connected.
Kylie is Logan.
Really?
You don't think so?
No.
You know who's Logan?
Chloe is Dean.
Dean.
Chloe is so Jess.
No, she's not.
Yeah, the broken one that needs to get better.
No. Because that's Jess's story for like a second.
The whole show until he comes back in A Year in the Life.
No.
Yeah, you're right, because he has the book and stuff.
No, I think...
No. Yes. No,
Dean,
I will die on this. Chloe is so Jess, because think about it. No,
so Dean.
She's there for the guys that she needs to fix them, and then they end up eventually getting fixed and they're better for someone else. And that's her biggest fear. Chloe is Jess.
Chloe is literally Dean because she lets men... I love Chloe and that's my girl. Dean treats... Like, he doesn't treat people well.
Yeah, but Dean doesn't really have anything...
Like... Yes, maybe, but he also is a cheater too. But he's he's just manipulative. Like, he's so manipulative. Like,
and Dean is the guy that it's like, really, it's not even worth that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like, you're literally
true.
just like, you're manipulative, you're causing all these problems, you're low-key cheating on your wife, and like, it is for what?
Courtney's a Jess.
Courtney's a Jess.
For sure.
Courtney's so
Courtney
Jess.
would like punch Logan in the face.
No, she would literally deck him.
Kendall,
I think Kendall's a lesbian.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, that's not what we're talking about.
I think she could be, though.
Do you just want her to be or something?
No, I could see her dating like someone else in the show.
Okay, who do you think she would date?
You know who she would date?
Who?
Lane's boyfriend. Not the
first one or
the first boyfriend.
Yeah.
Adrian or what's his name? Something Brody. Aiden something.
Taylor Swift is a Jess.
Taylor Swift is Jess. A lot of good girls are Jess.
Girls, it's like in the same way that almost all of my like female friends are Enneagram 3 Wing 2. They're also like Jess girls.
Totally.
You know? And let me tell you, like, first off, anytime I post about being a Jess girl, I get attacked. But the girls who respond that they're Logan girls to me, I'm like,
Very telling. It's very
tells me
telling.
everything I need to know about you.
But like, see, it's like.
But Logan does grow on me a ton. I will be honest with you.
I'm a Jess girl, and then I'm also a Jeremiah girl, and I get like everyone
Who's
gets.
Jeremiah? Oh, don't even go there with me. That is disgusting.
I need to wipe my nose.
You were so. No, actually, the way that you feel about Logan girls is how Mady and I feel about Jeremiah, Jonathan, whatever his name is.
Why?
No, I don't even want to go there with you. This is where we differ. Like, Dom and I are actually so different. It's like not even funny.
I'm like, because y'all like toxic
Dom and I share
ass.
our core values, and that's about it.
Because y'all like toxic ass shit, period.
I like toxic. Oh my God. Dom,
if you're not Team Jeremiah, you like toxic ass men.
Have you listened to yourself? Have you had but 1 ounce of self-awareness? That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
no,
I'm
Conrad
sick.
is so, oh my God, I'm like in love. I'm
of course you are.
I'm literally in love.
Of course you are.
You know, my latest thing is that like I really need a man who's like a contractor who can like have
I've been saying this. You know what's so crazy?
About me or you?
My whole life, me.
Well, you've been saying they need to pick up a hammer, yeah.
No, but just in general, because my best friend growing up, her dad is a contractor, and he has built his wife, I mean, everything from scratch, but he just built her a house.
See, it just clicked to me the other day, even after saying this post. A lot of people in my family are contractors, so you would have thought I would have had this idea before, but it is actually really hard for me to compute the fact that like one day, hopefully I won't be paying all of my bills. Like the fact that like one day I won't be alone by myself all the time, that like I'll have someone. I can't even like compute that in my brain. So then I was thinking, I need to be with someone who's like into like home like remodeling and flips and stuff. And then I thought about the fact that they could build me stuff the other day. Because someone's like, oh my God, they could build you a chicken coop. And I was like, wait, yes.
Literally like Nash Greer.
He does that?
They just built a chicken coop for all their chickens.
What character development there?
No, I'm like, because he's a OG
Obsessed.
good old boy from freaking North Carolina.
Have we told everyone that you were like a MadCon girl?
I was a MadCon girl.
You know what TikTok you need to make? You wouldn't last an hour in the asylum that raised me, and do that. Macy just texted me what I should do. You should do MadCon.
I really should do MadCon because just more specifically Nash. Like I was really a Nash girly.
It is a little too close to home now.
Yeah. But I like at the end of the day, like
that is like so bizarre because no offense, like actually I don't really say it. It's just like MadCon was just like cringe. Like it really was like, I mean, like good for them. They made their bag. Yeah, whatever. To most people. And the fact that you of all people thought it was like cool and you were in love.
Yeah, to some.
There was not a single person that I went to school with that thought it was cool. Everyone like made fun of them. So the fact that you were into it, Dom is, she's a Renaissance woman. Like you'll never
know my next move.
Just when you think you've got her pinned down, you know nothing.
You know nothing because here's the thing. I don't discriminate. It's literally so not true.
The silence, like, have you but an ounce of self-awareness?
I mean, it's really funny. I mean, some things I do.
You discriminate when you want to, on your own terms.
On my own terms. Yeah. But like, then there's like some people I'm like, I really don't discriminate. Like, I don't know what it is necessarily that like differentiates, but I was like, yeah, literally like the biggest like Odd Future like Tyler the Creator fan, but like in the same vein, like kind of had a thing for Nash Greer and MadCon. Like I don't know,
get you a girl who can do it all.
Yeah,
that reminds me. I was talking to Dom last night, and like no offense to anyone about this, please, like don't take offense. I can just like speak my truth. I think just because I like horses and I wear cowboy boots and I live in Texas and I like Western, like everyone gets that confused with the whole like disco cowgirl movement. So I get tagged in like pink and orange cowboy boots and disco balls every day. And there's actually not a trend that I hate more than that one. It just like couldn't. It feels disrespectful when people tag me
here's
and
the
things
thing
like that.
too. I think also, and again, like, don't take offense, but whatever. The thing is like, you're classic. Like, you're not new to this. You're true to this. Like,
Amen.
you know what I mean? So
yes.
it's like, you're here to stay.
Yes.
Like, when all the dust is settled, like, you're...
And when all of those girls, they go walking back over to Los Angeles.
Literally back over to Los Angeles. Black over. When they walk back over to Los Angeles and are wearing a pair of Converse, it's going to be awkward because you will still be in your Tacovas.
Well, it's not even about like when people are like, oh my God, that's trendy. It actually has nothing to do with that. It's just the fact of like the pink and orange cowboy boot disco thing. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. And having nothing to do with the fact that it's like cowgirl-esque. Like it literally has nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that I think it is so not me in the nicest way possible.
No, that's what I mean. You're true to this, not new to this.
It's just been 3 years of being tagged in that stuff. And I think I just needed to come out with my truth. Like, I hate it. And I had to be so honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I hate it.
I know, it's like...
And it's so not me. And it feels so like millennial.
Yeah.
And it's just not me.
No.
And if it's you, that's amazing. And I love that for you. There's things about me that you probably hate. But it's not me. And it's just
not right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel that really hard. I feel like people trying to clock me on stuff that I'm like, that is so not me, diva.
Mm-hmm.
And if you knew me...
You're hard to like tie down, to nail down. Like, shopping for you is really difficult.
You think so?
I just do an amazing job every time, just on accident.
You like kill.
Yeah.
Like,
because I see something that I know you'll like, and then I also know it's brands that you like. But then sometimes I'm like, well, is it too popular? So then she's like, no, that's like cringe.
No. See, I'm not above or below anything.
But that's the thing about you. But still, I do get nervous every time I get you a gift. I know that like certain brands are like kind of safe.
I mean, that's how I feel like the last couple of gifts I've gotten you.
But you've done a great job with those
are
gifts.
like me coded.
Yeah, they're literally us combined.
But then they're like Kenzie coded.
Like I have a cute like Bella and Edward purse. I have a cute pink camo purse. I actually wore that recently. I love that bag. I think those were like my 2 birthday presents, my 2 last birthday presents.
I think those are just like things that I low-key wanted, but then I was like, I'm gonna give them to Kenzie.
So then you could borrow them?
Yeah.
Totally.
So I'm really like thoughtful and stuff, and I just...
No, and you're so selfless. And people just don't recognize that in you enough.
I think like if you guys want to tag me and like think about me and like with certain characteristics, like think of me as someone who's selfless.
Selfless, humble.
And you know what? This reminds me of what Kenzie should watch, people, and please blow up her phone. Please do not let her rest until she actually freaking watches this. You need to watch The Mindy Project.
Okay.
Kenzie, I'm begging you. It's literally...
Here's the thing about me, Dom. I'm only going to watch the same 6 TV shows I've seen my whole life.
I know, and add 1 more and make it 7.
That or Yellowstone.
I can't even talk about why you haven't watched Yellowstone. I mean, actually...
Did you watch 1883?
No, not yet. I mean, here's the thing with Yellowstone. It's a little more like... There's a little more tea there. But like Mindy Project is like such a happy watch. Like, it's so our humor. That's the thing. It's literally our humor. It's so funny.
You know who I think the best character on TV is? Luke from Gilmore Girls. There's no one that compares.
That's why you need to watch The Mindy Project, because that love trope is literally hates everyone but you. Like, grumpy.
Wait a second. Another Grumpy Sunshine trope? I didn't even put that together.
No, that's literally what I mean.
No, Luke literally invented Grumpy Sunshine.
Yes, Grumpy Sunshine. And
like,
you know, Mindy's a doctor who works in the doctor's office, and she's like silly, and she like buys Chanel bags, and she's like insane and all this stuff. And then Danny Castellano, who works in the office with her, is like grumpy man. It's such a good show.
Do you think Oprah Winfrey likes Logan, Jess, or Dean? I can't nail her down. She's too private.
She would like Logan.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's Logan.
She would like Logan. She would like Logan, yeah.
She would.
Definitely.
Because listen, like girls who like Jess, like their heart is before their head. Girls who like Logan, their head is before their heart.
Their head is...
Yeah, because you're thinking. You're not like...
Yeah, you're thinking, I guess that is true.
You know?
But see, Jess, to me, I'm like, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Let's
Guys,
do it.
friend of mine, cards, everything is back in stock as of right now. So we're going to play a little bit of the nightcap cards before we head off to the Gilmore Girls tour. Do you believe that you can ever be just friends with an ex?
I used to believe that.
When you were young and naive.
When I was young and wanted my ex back. Yeah, of course you can be friends with your ex.
Okay, who was your first celebrity crush and are you into them?
Seth Rogen, and yes.
Oh, that was your first one?
Yes. Him and redacted Jonah Hill, but you know, we're not fucking with Jonah right now.
Oh, because of his expose or whatever.
But Seth Rogen, yes, absolutely. I would still take him to this day.
Wow. Who was one celebrity you'd never want to be friends with? I've got a few. But I can't answer that.
I'm trying to think. Let me cook on that. Who is someone?
Mine is Billie Eilish and Phineas.
Oh. Mine is literally I'm trying to think who's mean. I don't know who's mean. I can't think of a mean person right now.
Candace Owens.
Oh, obvious. She's not a celebrity. She's no one.
But she's well known. I think that's just a good answer.
Who, Leonardo DiCaprio, I would never be his friend. I would never anything with him.
Well, you're over 25, so I don't think you even have the option.
Okay, but still. He scares me.
Okay, what's your go-to excuse to cancel on plans?
I say I have a migraine.
You say that you're on your period.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. How long does your period last, Dom? Is it really 28 days?
Well, I would say it usually is. No, I would say I have PMDD. I recently officially got diagnosed. And
twins.
Oh my God, where have you been?
Mine is 10 days before. I am in the darkest of the darkest of clouds ever. Oh my God, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. But I just started this new birth control, which I know is controversial, whatever, called Yaz, and it's for PMDD symptoms.
Oh.
Dude, it's completely changed my life. And my period, I had 1 day of spotting, haven't had cramps. I literally haven't had a day where I'm should I don't know. It's usually so bad. But I'm for once in my life, I'm my period isn't ruining my life right now, to be honest.
Yeah, that's so nice. Jealous. What's the biggest non-sexual turn on?
When a man makes a reservation.
The bar is so low.
So?
I cannot believe that you just said when he makes a reservation, when he breathes.
When he breathes, yeah.
Do you want to stand on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just insane. What is the most outrageous conspiracy theory you believe in?
Oh, there's so many. God, what's I'm trying to think of a recent one.
It's hard to think of on this one. Do you believe that we landed on the moon?
Yeah. No, I actually don't think we landed on the moon.
I don't either.
It just wouldn't be that hard. Or
we could easily get there with a car.
I just think no, but I'm dead ass because I'm how would we do it in the 70s? But we
can't do it now.
We just don't I just feel once it's same with the airplane. The more evolved the airplane became, I'm just you're telling me that we don't just run it to the moon all the time unless there's something there. Everyone put on your tinfoil hats.
Oh my God. What is a memory you would wiped off of existence?
The memory of me pulling up drunk to my house and the guy that I was hooking up with being there because I texted him my address.
Totally. On accident.
On accident. Would love that one.
Yeah.
Smited from memory.
What movie or song is most closely related to your life story?
Movie. I would say The Mindy Project.
Cute.
In the sense that I'm Mindy, you know.
The doctor.
The doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Just her. She's so me.
What's a drink you can never drink again?
Oh my God, a Negroni. Have you had one of those?
No.
They're foul. They're
really?
foul. People who drink Negronis, I have to talk to you. If you drink a Negroni and you order one and you think you're so slayed, you're literally so bossed up, you're lying.
Lying.
It's the same people who
act like martinis taste good?
Yeah, no, because they are good when you add a lot of olive juice. Negronis though, those literally I can't even describe what that tastes like because it literally tastes like mustard gas.
Oh,
It's terrible.
okay. Okay, these are cute. Well, if you can give yourself advice a year ago, what would it be?
This is constant, but especially last year, just that everything's gonna be okay. I
Yeah.
really feel like last year was one of my hardest years, and I just kept feeling like, "Ugh, what if like my life is falling apart?" Really 25, like frontal lobe cortex developing
Totally.
vibes. And yeah, I would just tell myself, I'm like, it's gonna be okay, diva.
You're gonna be good.
You're gonna be good.
I think especially in like your earlier to mid 20s when everyone's trying to, like, I was just having this conversation on the podcast with Macy. It's like you actually have to like stop trying to figure things out. I think that's the
no,
biggest
oh my
thing.
gosh,
Because like
literally.
you're not supposed to right now.
Yeah, my therapist tells me that all the time. She's just
Yeah.
like, it's okay to be lost.
Yeah, it's fine. You actually should be.
That and stop doing shit for people.
Yeah.
That
I'm learning that now.
Yeah, as a pretty recovered people pleaser, it's so crazy the things I used to do for people.
Yeah.
I can't even.
It was really
It's so crazy, and it's so crazy how much it actually would ruin like so many choices and like life things, and I tacked on way more stress for myself than I ever needed in my whole entire life. And so it's like being a recovered people pleaser is like the best thing that ever happened to me.
My issue, I'm realizing now more than ever my people pleasing tendencies, and I think they happen a lot more in work than they even do in my personal life. But it bleeds into my personal life through work. But the other day was thinking like I have to stop trying to be everything for everyone.
Yeah,
because I can't do it. Like even I hosted like a dinner party the other night and I had like a horrible day, and I'm like I literally just like can't like. Normally I'm like sitting with everyone because it was like a bunch of my followers who were coming. Normally I sit with like at the table, I do everything. Like I still went up and said hello to everyone, whatever. But I normally wouldn't sit near my friends. But I'm like honestly, I shouldn't even be doing this right now. Like I literally can't handle this. And I'm like, okay, I literally hosted a dinner party for them to meet each other and make friends in Dallas. It's not about, but I'm like, oh my God, I don't want them to think, but it's like, no, I literally cannot do it right now.
Yeah.
And I still was nice. I still went up and said hello to everyone and whatever.
Well,
but I always am trying to do the most for everyone else besides myself.
Totally. And like also, I think like two things that really helped me like process like the choices, like two questions that I always ask myself, or not just two things that I filter through when like making decisions, is I always just say my truth is going to reveal the truth about other people, because like the reality is you're just scared of reaction. Like if you grew up like in a really reactive household or like whatever, which is like what I grew up in, like I'm just always so scared of how people are going to react to things. So like for me, I'm always like, I ask myself like, okay, would that bother me? Like if someone were to do the same thing to me, like how would I react to that? And I'm like, if someone has a poor reaction, that also reveals the truth. About that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like always such a good filter to like put choices through.
We had an old friend that was honestly the worst ever and like scary. Like we were always so afraid to say things.
Yeah.
Or to be like, not even say things, to be like, oh, I can't do that. Or I can't.
Yeah, because they would
she
just
would
have
literally flip out on us.
Yeah. It's such a scary reaction thing.
Yeah.
And then once you realize that like you're just triggered by like if people have a poor reaction or not, and that's what causes you to like make all these like decisions and stuff. For me, I was just like, okay, even if they do worst case scenario have like a poor decision, that just reveals the truth that like actually wait, they shouldn't even be in my life.
Yeah. Like that actually.
Because I wouldn't freak out like that if someone did something like me. So I'm like, why would I allow that behavior? It's like really interesting.
And nothing is as big of a deal as it isn't as you make it up in your head. And if it ends up being, then those people are not.
Then that tells you everything you need to know about
and
the
then
situation.
It's like kind of like killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're like, okay, like actually, why do I like keep this friendship going? And also, you learn a lot. But
I had one more that I wanted to do, and I think I put it in. Oh, cute. What did you think when you first met me?
Oh my gosh, I'll never forget.
Good things?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first, I was just like, oh my gosh, Kenzie. But I remember you were wearing that so cute. I think it was from Free People. It was this baby doll dress, and you were wearing Air Max 97s, and you were like presenting at school with George, I think.
Oh my God.
And
George and I presented together? How was that?
It was good. But I remember looking at your outfit.
George is like still one of my besties to this day.
And I remember looking at your outfit and literally being like, oh my God, that outfit's so cute. Like she's literally wearing
Free People
such a cute
baby doll dress and Air Maxes.
Yeah, I was like, she ate that hard. But then when I first met you, I literally was like, oh my gosh, you're literally so nice. Like I was like literally glued to you during conference. Like
we were like immediately besties. Dom had like shaved bright green hair, and that's when I just like knew that we were like meant to be. But everyone was like so obsessed with Dom because she was funny, and they're like, oh my god, my new best friend. We were in a program of like 30 people, so I was like, I'm not gonna like come on so strong like all of you losers. Like I know what I'm doing, losers. So I played it cool, and then Dom really came to me, and look at us now.
No, Kenzie literally is like my dog. Like you were the first person that reminded me of like, when you have like, you're like, I could be at this girl's house for like days. Like, you know, when you would have like a week-long sleepover with one of your friends, like you were the first person that I felt like in LA that I was like, you're like one of those people that I could have like a week-long
It felt like a hometown friend.
For sure.
You were probably my first, besides TK in LA, that felt like a hometown friend.
Like I was like, I could see myself like staying up with you till 5 a.m. Like
which
literally,
we've done.
Yeah.
We've had sleepovers for months at a time.
No, literally.
Actually, another thing I would like to say is that like recently, just because like, I don't know actually why, because we still see each other all the time. I guess I'm not really posting as much, but people have been saying like, oh, you know Dom, like on multiple occasions. Or like, oh my God, you know Dom. Or, you know, I'm like, okay, first off, not only do I know Dom, I'm Dom's best friend.
No.
Like, even if there's other, like, bitches that come across, like, I like them, they're fine. They're not Dom's best friend.
No.
Like, they're not even close. No offense to them.
No. And like,
that's the thing. Dom and I just have such a quiet confidence in our friendship that we don't really need that. Like, I'm not the kind, like, you can call someone else your best friend, that's fine. It's okay because I know you're lying.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But it is a little insane. Like, I just wanted a little bit more respect on my name because it's crazy. And for people to ask me, if I know Dom,
crazy.
Do you know Dom? I'm sorry, you guys just met yesterday. That's how I feel. You guys literally met yesterday.
Oh my God, Dom. That's crazy.
Actually, let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to Dom.
There's quite the fact that anyone would even say that.
Insane.
It's literally, I'm just thinking about how criminally insane that is.
Insane.
I'm just like, any point in our lives, there's not a point where I'm literally like,
I know.
What are you talking about?
I think what it is we don't post on Instagram together.
We don't post on Instagram a ton together.
But that's because we don't like taking photos together.
Yeah, and I'm just
it's not that we don't like it. We just don't.
We just haven't really taken photos together.
Because we're actual friends, and like all of you guys who are trying to like post with Dom because you think you're cool, like cool, go for it by all means. But
go for
it doesn't
by
mean
all
anything.
means. But I'm just like, just know that like Kenzie and I, the reason why we don't post photos together is because we got so caught up in the moment from talking and having fun that we just forgot.
And like more than that, like I don't need the validation.
No.
Like I'm clearly like I need no validation.
No,
at all.
like obviously we're like locked in, ain't no switching up.
No, but it's crazy.
So crazy. Anytime anyone accuses of not being friends anymore.
Do people say that?
I just feel like people are like,
I didn't know that.
I feel like people still wonder if we're friends.
Oh.
Don't you feel like that?
No. This is the first time I've thought that.
Oh.
You've just been thinking that.
Okay. Me, I'm like, anyways, matey.
Yeah. No, I think what it is like at a certain point when you are like so close with someone, the friendship kind of switches over to you're more like cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are more like part of the family.
Yeah.
And you're more like a family member, I would say, than even a friend at this point.
Yeah.
And not even in like the cheesy, like, oh my God, we're like family. But like that is the dynamic. Like Dom has individual friendships with relationships with everyone in my family. She's there. She's been at the worst times of our life in the room with us. Like you feel more like a cousin than you do. Like if I even were to think friend, I don't even think I would think you, not because you're not a friend, but because it's so much closer than that.
Well, and the thing is too, like, say even if I were to like go to Texas and like for whatever reason, like I was in Texas and like you weren't. Yeah. Like I would like hang out with your family or like see people.
Or
like,
you'd be at my house.
Yeah. Like I would just like, our lives are very much so like super intertwined for sure.
Yeah, like actually intertwined, and all of these like people who like think that they're like, it's just a little crazy.
Oh my God, you know Dom. Oh my God, yes, I fucking do.
No, I was like, do you know Dom?
Do you? I
was like, really? What's her real name?
That's so funny.
What's her nickname? What does her family call her?
Oh, that actually is
because no one will know that.
No one will
and I'm
know
not going to say it because I don't want these bitches to know. Because if you don't know, you don't deserve to know.
You don't deserve to know. But that actually is like
a really good tell.
That's like such a good question.
That's how I can tell if people like. There was a time when we were going out all the time where people would come up and like they would like followers or people who just like probably follow me on TikTok, not like real like followers that would come up, but they would. I actually don't think these girls were like not real followers of mine. I just want to like preface that, but they would come up because they would be like trying to like go with us somewhere, and they would like end up at like my sister's after parties. We didn't know them, but they would act like they knew me and get the addresses from people around us. And we started realizing that if they said Kenzie Piper, they actually knew me, but if they said Kenzie Elizabeth, they'd be like, oh, whatever. But there was multiple occasions where girls that I'd never spoken to in my life, like lied and got addresses of like my family members.
Yeah.
And like they're not actual people. So anyways, that's that. But basically, I'm happy to introduce you guys all to Dom today. Dom Roberts.
Hey guys, thank you. And I'll never forget where I came from.
Yeah, and it's actually this podcast, by the way.
That's exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Never forget it, people.
Do you have any encouraging words?
I think you're all beautiful and amazing. I think Kenzie is beautiful and amazing. And let's just like shed kindness.
That's what you feel like you spread this episode?
I do.
Okay.
Don't you guys think?
Yeah, kindness.
And
love for all.
And love for all and peace and tranquility.
Obsessed.
I think that's just like really the mark of me. So
love. Okay, well, thank you so much.